One of the things we've brought in for you now is that the bursary is here to tell you how you can finance your stay here while you're at the University of West Indies. As Mrs. Williams-Brown told you, financing can be something of very great stress. We've had people who had to drop out because they start and cannot finish. I'll tell you this, the university has ways you can go, you can talk to them about a loan, you can talk to them about a scholarship, you can talk to them. The fact is, don't just take independent action without even talking to us. We know the resources on the campus. You don't have to. We're paid to know these things. So you come and you talk to us. But this gentleman is going to tell you about the payment plans and all the other plans that the university has in place to assist you in getting through 2 years of this program straight. And when I said 2 years, because we don't want to repeating and being with us for 3 years, as much as we love you, in your third year, you're going to a PhD only, right? I'm trying to plant that idea in your head because many a person tell me that the reason they don't have a PhD is that nobody ever said to them it is possible to have a PhD. So I'm planting that idea in your head today. It is possible to have a PhD. Start thinking about it today. The way you look at it, your PhD began today. All right? So please welcome Mr. Lincoln Gordon. He is one of the
Yes, good evening, everybody. I think I made it on time. I was kind of worrying. I think I made it on time. So this part of the presentation, I think it's very important, and I'll try to be as interesting as possible. So first of all, my name is Lincoln Gordon, and I'll be representing the bursary department, specifically the Student Administrative Services section, but we are paired with the Billings and Receivables section. So we just to give you a little rundown, we are responsible for billing the students, ensuring that the billing information is correct, and also, let's say you're getting scholarships or loan or grants from anywhere, we are the department that ensure that the information is reflected on your account. So that's important. So if you know you're getting funding from somewhere, and when you check it out, you haven't seen it on your record or you're not seeing it, please check with our offices for us to assist to ensure that that information is reflected. And also, that the correct information is reflected. So donor can't tell us $10, come. When you check your account, it's $5, and you love it. You come to us for us to check it out. All right? So let me get straight into it. So one of the things that we want to point students to know when it comes down to their finances are what are the administrative costs associated with the university. The main administrative fees that you need to pay attention to is tuition, miscellaneous, and if you live on campus, residence fees, all right? So when we say to you that the deadline for fees is at August 28th, you know that we're talking specifically tuition, miscellaneous, residence fees. Any other fee associated is different, all right? All right, commitment fee. How many persons? Pardon? Yes. Deadline for fees. August 28th. But I'm gonna get into that. All right. Before I came, I was wondering if I should include the commitment fee, but I said let me just include it because persons might have questions. All right. So just let me include the commitment fee. Everybody here know about the commitment fee, right? And you have paid and everything because you realize that it says here that the deadline has passed. All right, let me just give you some background information on what this is. This is a new fee that is introduced, so that's the first thing. So you guys are the first persons to have experienced this commitment fee. Now, I don't want you to think of it as a bad thing, and I'm going to explain why. All right? First of all, it's a deposit, which means it's not charged against anything. So once you make the payment, that is it. It will stay on the account. All right? So when you select your courses and the charge goes on your account, such as miscellaneous and tuition, it basically acts as a payment or a down payment for those. So let me just say that. So it's not like you're going to pay an additional money. All right? That $20,000 actually goes to offset the other costs. So if your miscellaneous is is 15,860. You already cover miscellaneous by paying a commitment fee. Sounds good? Now, while saying that, let me just say that if you decide, if you accepted the offer and you paid the commitment fee, that fourth bullet line point that is right there, that is non-refundable. I just want to point you to that. So nobody come in and, be all angry. So I just want to make that point clear. All right?
How does it affect deferral?
Deferrals, it will also be there. So by next year, it should be there for you waiting. All right? So it will just stay on the account. It's not going to be lost anywhere. It's going to stay on the account. All right? So for persons who want to defer and worrying about the money, I want to get it back, we will keep it safe for you for the other year or whenever you come back, it's there. All right? Trust me, I have all of the questions and I've done so many orientations and parents line up ready to tackle me with the questions. So I know how it goes. Somebody might say, okay. All right. Oh, we have questions. No. Yeah. But the difference with this is that you pay this upfront before you are able to register. All right? For other programs, it's definitely a prerequisite. It's like you securing your space. You have some programs that have quota limits, like the MBBS programs and so forth. It's so subscribed. If you ensure that you make your payments before, then you're securing your space as well. All right? Now, specific for your program, Human Resource Development, I know there are several. You have the PhD program and you have diploma program as well, MSc. Let me see, how many persons here for the MSc? I'm guessing should be majority of the persons here. No? MSc? Yeah, look roughly it. Any diploma programs? Person? PhD? All right, so MSc. All right, so the MSc program. All right, so you know that your program is a 2-year program, all right? And the overall cost for it is $900,000. So what happened is, as you can rightly see, per annum it's going to be $450. All right, so for the year it's $450. So 2 years, $900. 2 semesters, semester 1 and 2. So in semester 1, you'll be paying $225,000. For semester 2, another $225,000. All right, and I'll get into that. Your miscellaneous fee, it is $15,880. And oh, yeah. If you pay your commitment fee, I already cover it. The miscellaneous fee, that would also cover your ID card. All right? This initial cost that we give you includes the ID card as well. All right? I'm not sure if you're able to see this, but the reason I included this is that I want you guys to know that all the information that I'm presenting here, you should be able to find this information online as well. All right? So I wouldn't want you guys to be in the dark and only, making a reference to the presentation doing no. The information is actually there online. So when you go onto the university website, you look for check fees, you click on that link, and you'll see graduate, undergrad, miscellaneous, residence, all of those fees are there. Look for graduate studies. You can click search and look for human resource development, and you'll see this information here. And it gives you the breakdown. It lets you know what if you're specially admitted, if you're doing a resit, occasional students, but I don't think we have any like that. All right? So it gives you the breakdown. Kind of moving fast, but nonetheless, how to pay. All right? And what do I mean by that? Every single student at the university have 3 ways for which they can make payment. All right? If you have all the money for the year, feel free to pay it in full. All right? I'm sure many of you can do that. By all means, pay in full. We'll be happy and everybody will be happy and everything works smoothly. But let's just say that, other things happen and you have to choose another option. Every student has the option as well to pay per semester. What do I mean by that? So the deadline, as I mentioned, the deadline for fees is August 28th. I'm going to say a little more about that. All right? It's August 28th. However, there are times or there are chances where it may extend. But as it is now, August 28th. So let's say you're paying per semester. By August 28th, you can pay semester 1. And semester 1 is 225,000 plus miscellaneous. But again, you cover the commitment fee, you already cover the miscellaneous, and a little bit out of the tuition. All right? And that's fine. So you're able to pay semester 1 by August 28th, you are fine. You can pay for semester 2 as soon as January comes around, and there's no penalty with the university. That's all and good. Right? That is actually a legit option. But let's say again that for some reason you're unable to pay that $225 by August 28th. There's another option, and that's the installment plan option, which allows you to pay per month. Now I'm guessing everybody here working individuals. You get paid monthly. This is probably the best option for you, all right? Because you can find a little bit each month and make the payment. Now the good thing about the installment plan is there's no interest. So what is owed is what you pay, exactly what is owed. So let's say your school fee is $100,000, and we're asking you to pay a quarter of that to qualify. Then over the other 3 months is the other 3 quarters that you'll be paying. Nothing extra and nothing less. So it's a good option. And that's why I'm here to actually present it. So this is how you do it. This is a requirement. You must pay the miscellaneous fee in full. Again, you guys would have ticked that box because you would have paid the commitment fee already. And you need to pay at least 25% of the tuition charge. Now, I should have worked it out before I got here. But what is a quarter of 225? Anybody? No, it's done per semester. Yes. Yeah, man. So that's why I was saying 3 options. You see, they pay the year in full, or you pay per semester, or you can pay monthly on the installment plan for the semester. So you have 2 installment plans for the year. One in semester 1, one in semester 2. All right? So it's actually a quarter of 225. So that's good. How much? All right, 56,500. So if you're able to find that by August 28th, you actually qualify. All right? And then you need to ensure that you register for your courses, because if you make the payment, all that is there on the account is payments. There's no charge. So you want to ensure that you select your courses, and that is when the university knows that you're an active student, and that is how you're charged. All right? So it's not that you're saying to yourself that I applied for it, so the charge should come on. No. It's when you actually select your courses, that's when the university starts billing you. All right? So when you register, that's a part of the requirement as well. So the charge goes on, and then the system is working out how much is charged, how much you have paid, to see if you meet the requirement. All right? So once you have done that, you go onto the BOSS system, Bursary Online Student System. How you access that? You go onto the university website, or the easiest thing you can do is Google UWI BOSS. Probably that's the easiest thing you can do. Google UWI BOSS, the first link takes you there. You click on it and you log in. How do you log in? Using your ID number, and by default, your password is by default your date of birth. Right? You log in, year, month, date. So year 4 digits, month 2 digits, day 2 digits. All right? You go into that, you go to forms, and then you go to installment plan request. Tuition installment plan request, because we have 2 installment plan service. So tuition installment plan. You click there and you fill out the online form and you submit. Now, if you've done installment plan in other agencies or any business, I know it's a tedious process. You have to bring in this and you have to bring in that. No, this is not needed for this. Once you submit the information, the system picks up that you have met the requirement. It's like an automatic approval. All right? So once you submit, and this is once you are able to go on, and you submit, you just wait on an email from us. It's going to take like a 24-hour or a 48-hour response. And then it will let you know from the approval. Once you have submitted, you'll get an email to say that we have received. And then you'll get another one once it's approved. You may get an email to say there may be some adjustments that need to be done, and then ask you to confirm changes. We may do a change based on probably when you applied, and probably the amount of months that you requested. Based on when you have done it, we have to adjust. So you may get back feedback like those. But it's not necessarily to say that you were not approved or you will not get it. All right? So once that goes through and it is approved, it will then give you the schedule to say, okay, you pay X amount at the end of each of these months. And that's it. All right? But something to note, the installment plan will end November. For November. It will end November. So it means if you take advantage of the installment plan late, you may have less time to cover. So instead of 3 months, you probably get 2 months. And if it's 2 months, you're going to, more money than if you get a chance to pay over 3 months. So I'm telling you this to take advantage of it very early. All right? So for right now, work on the 56,000 something there. If you can pay more, then it's even less you pay back in installment. So think about it. All right? So that's it. So again, it will be open. Let me get on that. All right? So August 28th, all right, it opens and it will close September 29th. All right? So to answer the question that was just asked, let me move to the next slide. A 1% late fine penalty. Now, this doesn't necessarily go towards the installment plan, but it also, you will also get this penalty if you default on the installment plan. All right? Now, as I said, there's no interest. However, the installment plan is, the 1% late fine is standard. Now, this is a part of the university financial obligation. If a deadline is passed and you have not settled your balance, or you have not entered into an arrangement with the university, you're liable for a 1% late fine on the overall balance monthly. If you are on an installment plan, you're good to go once you are up to date with the installment. Now, if you're not up to date with the installment, you're liable for a 1% late fine on the amount outstanding. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's say you did not take advantage of the installment plan. And when you check it, let's say it's 100,000 is a school fee. And you believe, say, you did not have the 100,000, but it ended up that you only get to pay 50,000. All right? 50,000 is left back. You're not on an installment plan. You're going to be billed 1% of the 50,000. Right? But let's say you're on the installment plan and you missed a month. And what you should have paid was 25,000. What you will be billed for if you missed a month is not on 75,000 or whatever the case, is the overall outstanding balance. It's the amount that you'd have owed on the installment plan. So if that month you missed, then, and it was 25,000 that you should have paid, then you would get 1% on 25,000. So again, this is another reason if you're not able to pay in full for the semester, utilize the installment plan option. It's the best suggestion I can give in terms of what the university offers. It's not a grant or anything, but what it does, it allows you time. It's a bit flexible. It allows you time to pay exactly what is owed. All right? And the reason I want to stress the 1% is because it seems like a lot of persons does not know about it. And they're like, oh, what did I do? Check my balance last week. And no thief. And we get that daily. So I have to mention that if at the end of the month you have a balance and there were no arrangement, there was nothing in place, look out for a 1% late fine on the account. And again, well, I'm check the end of the semester, that no add up. How you get that to be 1%? Now remember, when you go on your account summary, it does not show month. It shows you a summary. So it shows you what it is for the term. Now there are several months within the term. So if you're trying to work out 1% and it don't add up, just remember that it's month that the 1% is charged. Thank you. Well said. All right? So if you even lower and reduce it, it's on the reducing balance, so it's even better for you. That's what I have to suggest to some persons. Some persons carrying out some 500,000. well, I'm not trying to thief. I mean, I say, if you take your time and reduce it, it's significantly less. But if each time you look at it and say, wicked, and you not touch it, it's only going to increase. And I have to be explaining all of these things to the and it's a rough thing, so we have to add it to the presentation. Okay, all right. So, as I said, that's the late fine penalty. So payment outlets. Now, I don't want persons have to leave their establishment probably far, traffic, all kind of stress. Reach a cashier, and see security pull tape and say, cashier, lock. And then they turn around again, see me. I him to do the orientation and show, Mr. Garden, wait. And cuss me out. No, man. Several options for which you can make payments. You don't even have to step in. All right? So the university cashiers, yes, it's the most convenient in terms of when you make a payment, you check your account same time, it's there. It's real time. All right? The e-commerce system, that's the second option, is real time as well. Probably the most convenient because you don't have to stick. You can just lay down in your bed. Don't even go up on your computer. Take out your cell phone, have internet, do 2 times, and get an e-receipt, and you go back to sleep. As convenient as ever. All right? Now, if you don't have access to a credit card, if your closest paymaster, Bill Express, UWI Edcom, NCB, JN, all of those options, all right? You can go ahead and you can make the payments, all right? It's easy. I think for the paymaster, Bill Express, you just need to tell them that you're a student at the University of West Indies, give them your ID number, your name, that's it, all right? It will take about 24 hours to reflect. When it's at 24 hours, I don't expect you to pay it Friday evening and Saturday and then Monday you come and cost Mr. God, you tell me, say, no. All right? So the next business day. All right? But as I said, university cashiers, the online payment, those are instant. And I said the most convenient one should be using a credit card, the online one. I have a question real quick. All right, here's the thing about that one. I think I know what you mean. She's asking if you can pay online through the NCB, and you're talking setting up UWI as a bill pay. Yes, but. And let me explain the but. No, let me explain the but. It can be done. However, if you realize it's not one of our suggested options, because what will happen is it doesn't automatically come over on the account. What one of my colleagues in billings have to do is she have to wait until she gets a bank statement and then goes through and then manually loads. So sometimes, for some reason, the description that comes over, we can't match. So when you're looking and you're saying you don't see the thing, I have to say to you, bring a copy of your receipt or some notification that you'd have gotten for us to trace. And then that's the way we get it on the account. So you see the little issues you may have with that one, but persons have utilized it, Yeah, man. That does sound convenient, man. No, she's saying, what if she do the transfer and then come in with the receipt? I'm saying it doesn't sound so convenient, If it's convenient for you, fine. We do have that where persons just have NCB account, university has an NCB account, they just set it up and then do the transfer. And for some persons, there are no issues. But for some, 9 out of 10 times, it's perfect. But I'm saying it's not a case where if the payment is not reflected, it's lost. We can still, sort it out. It's just that you probably have to come in, submit a receipt, and then we have to do some investigation and then all of that. So it's not one of the streamed line methods, but you can still utilize it. So you can do it if you wish. If it's convenient to you, I suggest it, by all means. All right?
How long before your money reflects on your account? Because, for instance, if you have an exam tomorrow, would you recommend paying today?
All right. I think that's a very good point, because here what happened now. I have an issue when persons wait the exact time to make the payment. All right? Now, I did mention that the university cashiers, e-commerce, those are instant payments. They goes on. However, You have an exam, we understand how important an exam is. If you make a payment, let's say Bill Express, you run come with the receipt, you have an exam now. Obviously, we can't just say, boy, I'm sorry, you should have paid for the right place. And that. We will take a copy of the receipt and send you through. However, I'm saying nobody wants to have that inconvenience right before the exam. You don't want to worry about the payment, right? But if you need to do a rush payment, obviously I would suggest the two first options if you want to ensure that it's on the account instantly. But otherwise from that, submit your receipts. All right? So if you make the payment outside, because sometimes it's not you. Sometimes somebody is making the payment for you. So they may make the payment elsewhere. And then they probably scan or something and send the receipt to you. So you come to the office and show us, and then we use that now to at least stand as proof of payment.
Financial clearance and payment and exams, being allowed to sit exams.
All right. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard of where, university students have had this worry as it regards payments and sitting exams. Now, that's a very good question, because here what happened now. You see, I stressed earlier of the three options to pay and deadlines, because this is very important. The university has relaxed for about 2 years now their approach in terms of how you do the exams, but I don't suggest persons to take it lightly. All right? Now, you're brand new in the system, so you're not carrying a prior balance, I'm assuming, because some of you might be coming from undergrad, you may still have a balance. However, if you are registered into this new academic year and there's no outstanding balance from before, you are able to register. And once you are registered, you have selected your courses. Those courses that you have selected, you should be able to sit those exams as it is now. All right? However, at the end of this semester, when you have completed your exam and you're looking to go over into semester 2, if you still have a balance outstanding, you cannot progress to semester 2. Let me just make that clear from now, because I don't want persons get all upset and say the university wiki, because actually it's not. Because if you are allowed to go through the semester, visit all the classes, teachers come in and they impart so much information, and you haven't cleared anything, you can't expect again to be allowed to progress. Owing. Because what's going to happen is you're only going to increase that balance for next semester. And if you have a challenge in clearing what semester 1 is, how is it then you're going to approach the overall balance? So one of the steps is to not have you incur so many costs.
Which means that they deregister you. So all that registration you went and did, university removes the courses.
So if you have if you have gone ahead and fully registered in semester 1 and feel like, well, me did luck if you're up and register for semester 2. One day when you check it, the portal just clean for semester 2. Because what? You still owe semester 1. So be mindful of these things. And it's not only that, You're racking up late fines on it. And again, if you were worrying about 900, if you were worrying about 450, it end up to be 470 or 400. Yeah, that's right. For semester 1, yeah. We don't have the deadline, is it? It's 28? No? 31st? Yes, 31st. Yes. Yeah, man, the installment plan will be open again end of each month. The last day of each month is the deadline. So let's say you get on the installment plan, you apply. So August 28 come, you apply and everything. Your first installment plan will be due end of September. Second one, end of October. Third one, end of November. It does not enter into December, because December is exams. All right? So everything's supposed to cut off before December.
And it also means that you can't come to us. the day before the exam, and so you want to be in an installment plan at that time.
All right, I think I have a follow-up. Your deposit is 25%, and then September end that the first second 3 quarter. Yeah. Yeah. Look at it this way, the installment plan opens the 28th and it closes the 29th. So let's say you pay the deposit in September. Or let's say you paid it after the 25th, because I think that's how we have it in the system. If you pay the deposit after the 25th of September, then obviously we can't just say, all right, you're going to pay again end of September. So we're going to shift it, and you're going to get 2 months. So whatever is remaining is going to split in 2. Everybody understand what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So you might have struggled to find the deposit, the 25%, way down in September. Then we can't expect you then to find the other 3/4 by about 3 days, 4 days time. So it's then going to shift. So that's why I say you might get a message which adjusts your installment plan to say, all right, it's not 3 months again, it's going to be 2. You're going to pay this amount. Do you confirm? And yeah, it will. All right? So instead of it being divided by 3, it's going to be divided by 2. And it asks you to confirm. You click yes, and approval is sent, and you know what it is. All right? Sure. No, man, sure. So she's asking if you can pay in pieces within the month. Just make sure by the end of the month that full amount has been paid for that installment. All right? But the concern that is there is real in terms of sitting exams and paying. Now, while we're discussing it now, you're probably not really seeing the seriousness of it, because that startup pressure, when it gets there, you guys will pressure us, you'll pressure Mr. Thomas and everybody to say, I need to do the exam and X, Y, Z. So we have to let you know how it is now, especially if you're delisted. All right? So you want to ensure that you put the system in place, or you get everything in place now, so that you do not go through that. You don't want, because I've seen other HR persons, students come in, and it's the same thing. But it gets to year 2, semester 2, they're delisted because they haven't cleared semester 1. And it's kind of rough, because you have your cohort with you, and then some person's gone and you leave back. It's kind of difficult. So you want to put measures in place to ensure that this is sorted out. All right? Oh, you have another question? Okay.
What are the fees attached to being re-registered and have to register late?
No.
You have to re-register, right?
Yes, if you're delisted.
And that will count as a late registration.
It depends. Now, if it's a case where, now, I don't even have those registration dates right now with me. But you have normal registration, and then it goes into late registration. All right? Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Late registration. Late registration is when the penalty starts to apply. Because you'd have to pay an amount to be allowed to register, which is separate and apart from clearing what would have been owed. Now, the reason I'm saying it depends on when you are delisted. Now, if you're delisted and you're still within normal registration, then all you need to do is to clear off what is owed. And then when you clear off what is owed, then you are freely able to register. All right? What will definitely happen? Be mindful that one of the penalty that you will definitely face is this one. All right? But then what she's saying is that it depends on how late you decide to register. Then you may have to pay a late fine. Now, there's 2 different late fines, and I'm glad you brought it up. Persons mistake this late fine with also a registration late fine, a late registration fee, sorry. Now, if let's say the deadline to do normal registration is, say, September 29th, and you're looking to just register for semester 1, October 1st, then you're liable now to pay a late registration fee, which may be $1,000 or $2,000, depending on when. All right? That is separate from this late fine. Because I know persons come, but I went to the cashier and I paid the late fine. Why are you charging me 1% or whatever it is? And I said, no, man, it's 2 different things. All right? we're winding down. I'm not sure if persons are taking advantage or will be taking advantage of Student Loan Bureau, but they do offer, they now offer like either pay as loan or pay as you go or pay as you study, something like that. All right? So it's like an unsecured loan. It is an unsecured loan. It's something that they'll even offer easy because, you know, the interest rate and all kind of something. Yeah. All right? So they offer that just in case, you know, they don't cover specific for your program. You can go there and get that loan. All right? And it may cover all of it. All of it. All right? But it depends on how much you register for. That's what they cover. All right? You can visit lending agencies. Again, these are external to us. But feel free to visit Office of Student Financing website to see if they have anything available as a postgrad student. All right? They have a wide listing of options. All right? So you never know. You can check them out and you'll see. All right? That's it. I know I got a number of questions earlier, but do we have any more questions? That I do not have. Shanake, you have the deadline for registration? Yeah. No? Yeah, I'm not too sure. But this information will be sent out though. When you go on SAS, it's there. It's not there as yet for graduate. I think it's the same thing, yes. So when you go on SAS, there's some links there, and it would say to you registration. It's not there as yet. Yeah, but that's where you'd go, and you'll see the date specific for registration, and it will tell you the penalty amount based on when you are looking to register. They should have it as well. Also, good thing you have to mention, the Graduate Studies website is also a very good place to check for information. All right, so if you're not too sure, a lot of the information, even the fee sheets and everything, even we normally go there when we're not too sure. So their information is actually very good as well. So, any questions? Any other question? So things to remember, ensure that you pay attention to the deadlines and also try to take advantage of the installment plan option. If it's a case where option 1, paying full, you're not able to do that or per semester, trust me. No matter if somebody promise you money or you're sure whatever it is, trust me. I've had that situation before. For example, no man, I want to installment plan, what for? And all kind of something. And when you check it out, they end up, whatever they had planned, never work out. Just simply go on the installment plan. If the money that you are promised comes in, it cancels the installment plan because it just basically pays it off. There's no interest, so there's no risk. All right?
What about refunds? You start the program, decide you can't be bothered with it, and
I wonder why that was left off the slide. All right, so let's say you overpaid. You know, some of you are, very generous to the university. But let's say you decide to take back an extra amount. The link is currently closed now. It will reopen October 1st or 2nd, one of those dates. You again go on the BOS system, Bursary Online Student System. You go to forms, and it's the first thing there. As a matter of fact, please go on the BOS site. There are several things there. All right? So let's say, again, just to complete what I was saying with the refund, you go there, let's say you have access on your account and everything, you can just go there and submit the online form, enter your information, and then you'll be notified via email as to what it is, and then you'll know the process from there. But also within that forms option, let's say you're getting assistance. Some of you now might have a donor willing to assist you, and they're asking you for an invoice or something like that. You go to the same BOS page, and you apply for a tuition letter. It will outline specifically for you what the cost is for your program for the academic year. And you can take that. It will be signed, it will be stamped, verified by the university, and you're able to get that. All right, it's not free, but, for an express service, that's $500. Go again. For the year.
when you're on the installment plan for the semester,
Hmm.
affect you having to see the exam?
No, because what the system is looking for is what is currently owed, which would be semester one. So you register for the year, semester two deadline is not yet ready. So the system is not looking there as yet. But you registering early is a benefit to you. All right? So don't worry about that. That's what I'm saying. The option is there for you to pay per semester. So the system is fully aware of that. Sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here how refund work now. Well, let me repeat the question. She's saying, God forbid, something happens, she's deceased. What happens to it? Now, if you register full for the year, it's a registration on the account. So remember I said that you're charged based on registration, which means if the course is not removed, and let's say what you had paid is exactly what is charged, if the course is not removed, there's no excess, there's no refund. So that process would have to go through. So probably, well, it definitely wouldn't be you that would come in and query this thing. All right? So somebody would have to come in on your behalf and explain the situation. Grad studies would have to go on and have to get that off the record. And then it would have to be a process through us now for that refund.
Actually,
It's
no.
not as simple as that, don't you know? Let me tell you why it's not as simple as that. Because again, who would come and say it, and who would be able to claim that money? Here what happened, no. Here what happened, no. Here what happened, no. I'm not saying it's not possible, you know. But I'm even glad we're discussing this.
Because it has happened twice in this program. It has happened twice in this program.
You have to be mindful that within the system,
Yes.
you are specific. Well, you are the student. We don't have anybody else like that on the system. So you are the one that we're catering for. So even though you're saying it's false, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm letting you know some challenges that you'll experience. So those cases that you give is specific, you know, because you're saying spouse. But let's say your brother come, your friend come, you know you're good from your liquor, from your mother. It trust me. Because first of all, if you come to our office, you know, and let's say you could get to come, so you send me, and I'm coming to query something on behalf of you, you're not going to get through with us, you know, because you're not the student. So we're not allowed. Those are policy guidelines to give out information. So the same thing would affect even a refund process. You're not the name on it, because here what happened. Let's say you fly out, and you left excess on your account, but you have a friend here currently doing the program, and you're saying, all right, you want, no, I'm not dodging. I'm giving you some alternate situation as well. But let's say money is left on your account, and you want somebody else to get it. It's a case where you cannot just simply say, I'm going to give this person the money. You know, it's something where you have to document, sign off, and all kind of some sort of process. So I'm explaining that even that part is a difficult process. So I'm not saying it's not impossible. That's what I'm saying. Process can still go through.
No, but her spouse is coming with death certificate and all of that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not impossible, you know. It can work. I'm just letting you know that the process is not as simple.
There are many other factors.
There's
So
many
for
other
example,
factors. Yeah.
in this program, we had a case where a student was killed on her way home from class one night. And we had another case where a student was killed on her way home from an exam. Now, those are two different times of the semester.
Mhm.
On your way home from an exam means the semester is over.
Yeah.
You have
And you have
consumed
completed.
all the classes.
And you have sat the exam.
Yeah, you've sat the exam.
Yeah.
So it's very unfortunate, very unfortunate. But, you know, the department has spent money on you. We
Yeah.
have to pay the lecturer and all. But again, if this is the beginning of the semester, the middle of the semester,
Precisely.
as a humanitarian gesture,
Precisely.
the department has actually refunded the money.
Yeah.
We weren't obliged to, but we did.
Yeah. So it's a number of factors. As you rightly said, if the system picks up that you have indeed sat the exam, you have come, you done it, you got your grade and everything, then you're not liable because you'd have completed the service. Yeah, man. It wasn't mentioned, you know. But we're giving you. You're saying suppose you died? Yeah, but suppose at the end of next year. No, man. So in that case, yeah, man. So in that case, it's different. But that's why we're also telling you as well the other factors that may apply. All right. So I think that it is for my time. Thank you very much. You guys have been very attentive. I really appreciate it. All right.